Hello and welcome to Levant TV Headlines. The Russian Foreign Ministry says Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is to meet his Saudi counterpart Prince Saud al-Faisal in Moscow tomorrow. Iran sees no more room for negotiations on the design of its Arak detector reactor. Tehran's nuclear chief Ali Akbar Salehi said, refusing to give ground on a key issue in international negotiations. The United Nations Security Council has added a Libyan Islamist group accused of involvement in the 2012 attack on the US mission in Benghazi to its terror list. And US President Barack Obama has said he will sidestep Congress and unveil administrative actions on immigration, measures that could spare from deportation as many as 5 million people illegally in the United States. And North Korea has rejected the United Nations resolution condemning its rights record and warned that it was being pushed into conducting a fresh nuclear test. Now let's have a look at top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. The Egypt Independent leads Middle East news reporting that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is 25th in a list of 50 nominees declared by US Time magazine for its Person of the Year poll. The paper also reports that Ahmed Farouk, head of Health Ministry's Pharmacies Committee, said it is necessary to withdraw medicines containing pioglitazone after many Canadian, US and European studies confirmed a relation between the substance and bladder cancer, in addition to dangerous side effects on the heart. From Beirut, the Daily Star leads reporting that Prime Minister Tamam Salam said Lebanon's Independence Day is overshadowed by presidential vacuum, crippled state institutions, muzzled national dialogue and major security challenges, in addition to economic woes worsened by the burden of Syrian refugees. The paper also reports that according to Amnesty International reports, more than 1 million Syrian refugees who have flocked to Turkey to escape fighting at home are struggling to survive on their own. From the UAE, the Khalij Times leads reporting that King Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz of Saudi Arabia has called on regional ally Egypt to back a reconciliation agreement reached between Gulf states and Qatar following a month of tensions linked to last year's removal of Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi. The paper also reports that Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, chairman and chief executive of Emirates Airline and Group, said Arab airlines play a bigger role in world air traffic than ever before and have increased their impact and visibility on the global stage. Now let's have a look at the top MidEast headlines from papers here in London. The Telegraph leads Middle East news reporting that Prince Harry has made his first visit to a mosque on the final morning of his tour of Oman. The prince was taken on a tour of the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque in Muscat, which is one of the world's largest, with space for 20,000 worshippers. The Independent leads Middle East news reporting that a vast complex of British military tents, which could be used to shelter hundreds of Christian refugees fleeing from ISIS fighters, remains unused because the British government refused to fly to northern Iraq. Despite public figures making a personal plea to David Cameron to help, the Department of International Development told the Barnabas Fund no help could be given because the Royal Air Force was overstretched and the trip would be costly. The Guardian leads Middle East news reporting that Britain's Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond has said a nuclear deal with Iran is unlikely to be completed on schedule by next Monday, but there may be enough progress to warrant extending the deadline. The Foreign Secretary said the Iranian negotiators would have to show considerable further flexibility over the next 4 days to get a deal. And now let's move to international papers. Germany's Deutsche Welle reports that, supported by the US-led airstrikes, Kurdish Peshmerga forces launched a new offensive aimed at retaking Iraqi territories conquered by the Islamic State. The new Kurdish offensive targeted areas in the Diyala and Kirkuk provinces in Iraq, according to Peshmerga spokesperson Jaber Yawi. And finally, the International New York Times reports that 2 months after the United States began bombing militants attacking Kobani in northern East Syria, the fate of the obscure border town has become the defining battle. For Washington, Kobani is a crucial public test of President Obama's strategy of combining American air power with local ground forces. For the Islamic State, it is a test of its image of inevitability and invincibility and a tool for recruiting jihadists. And for more updates, please visit us on levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.